right, everybody, welcome into the high noon edition of the Pugs and Company Streamcast. We do this each and every day, Monday through Friday, noon till, well, whenever, usually about 2 o'clock, sometimes a little bit more, occasionally a little bit less. And then we also do a second show every day for you. We call that one the Pillow Talk Edition, and that comes to you at 9 p.m. Central Time. That show, however, airs Thursday through, Sunday through Thursday. I'm just being distracted by got a lot of news alerts on my phone. So every time something happens, I get distracted by it. Pillow Talk is Sunday evenings at 9 p.m. through Thursday evenings. And they both air at 9 p.m. All right, let's bring in my co-host, my friend, my accomplice, the guy by my side, the company of Pugs and Company. It is E, the artist, who joins us each and every day for high noon, and we sure are grateful for that. Hi, E, how are you?
Good afternoon. I'm doing fine.
All right, wonderful. Let's see here. All right, look, we got a lot of stuff to get to today. There's a lot of just garbage. No, not garbage, just like silly stuff. This is what we'll call a light Friday. There's not a whole lot of heavy stuff going on. Not a whole lot of here, we'll do this. We'll get this out of the way, okay? Moment of joy. Look at this. Let's just get this out of the way. It's a little bit different moment of joy. This one's just a picture that I'm sharing. Look at my guy. Look at him. Can you read what it says? Look at him. Look how happy he is in his little three-piece suit. It says, yesterday. Can you read it? Go ahead.
Yesterday was my last day in foster care. Today I am adopted. Hello, my name is Donovan.
Well, hello, Donovan. Welcome to whatever family you're in. Look at that little guy. I like the little suit. He's got his hands
that is
there.
A moment of joy.
That is wonderful. All right, good for you, little Donovan. We hope that you have a prosperous, and happy life. There he goes. Who's crying? I'm not crying. You're crying. All right, today is November the 12th, year of our Lord, 2021. 316th day of the year. 49 days remain until the end of the year, which means what? 42 until Christmas? I don't know. See, it's weird. I know it's like New Year's Day is exactly a week after Christmas, but sometimes it's 6. I don't know. You know what I'm saying. We're getting close to Christmas. Here's what I promise you. I promise you that on December the 1st, I will start giving you an accurate countdown to Christmas. But are you in the Christmas mood, Yeti? Are you Christmasing it up?
No. I haven't found that Christmas mood yet. I think I'm in the Thanksgiving mood.
Yeah. I like Thanksgiving.
Like
Thanksgiving. What are your? Give me your favorite holiday. What is your favorite holiday? And don't say your birthday, you self-centered. Give me your favorite holiday.
I think Christmas.
Christmas is your favorite holiday.
Yeah.
Fine choice. It's up there. It would be up there. It's a wonderful time. Not mine though. Christmas might be my top 3. I think it's in my top 3. Maybe it's number 4. I don't know. My favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. Always has been. I love Thanksgiving. And you know why? A big part of why Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday?
Why?
Because when I was a kid, Thanksgiving. See, when I was a kid, I probably would have said Christmas, because what kid doesn't love Christmas, right? But Thanksgiving to me was always, gentlemen, on your starting blocks for Christmas. And it was like the start of, okay, here we go. And I just always I came from a very small family. So it was always, we didn't have a small family. Our wing of the family was small. It was just me and my mom,
Right.
So Thanksgiving was a time where more people were brought in, more people that I shared blood with were brought into the mix. And it was always okay, so we're not really all alone out here. We've got all of these people. Thanksgiving was just and the whole vibe of Thanksgiving. All right. Aside from, how the whole bit with us and the Indians turned out, it's a nice vibe. It's just a very nice vibe. There is something just purely kind and decent about the idea of taking a day and just being thankful for the good things. as opposed to every other day where you're just like, this sucks, that sucks. So I really appreciate Thanksgiving for the purity of it. And I'm defensive of Thanksgiving because I feel a lot of times it gets jumped over, especially lately. People are already putting up Christmas stuff. It's like, come on, let's not forget about the important day of Thanksgiving.
See, and my thought on Thanksgiving is if you're a kid, it's like overrated. Like kids don't really give a crap about eating food because to me, it's like a food holiday.
Or getting together with family or whatever that might be.
Yeah, but I think it's pretty much like a food holiday that then starts off the Christmas season.
Mhm.
And so like I was never really big on it when I was a kid. I was like, it's okay. I'm gonna get some dry turkey, something.
Sometimes it was good turkey.
Yeah, but more
Some
often than not, it was
Thanksgiving-
dry. You're gonna get
not
your
my
aunt bringing over some crazy casserole thing that you got to eat.
Oh, come on. How great was Aunt Martha before email? Come on. Aunt Martha was great before she was sharing crazy divisive QAnon bullshit. That was good, Aunt Martha.
It just had like a bunch of like food involved in it that I wasn't necessarily like all that fond of. Whereas you don't really know what the Christmas menu is.
Yeah.
Like, what the Thanksgiving menu is. There's going to be turkey.
Oh, man, I don't know.
I don't know. So I wasn't really big on it. And then when I got out of like those years, and then I got, in my 20s, Thanksgiving really kind of took on a new meaning because it was like, okay, all these people that had been gone to college or were
coming back,
you weren't normally see them.
Yeah.
That would be the crazy party night before the holiday.
Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. Oh my God. For a period of time, that was my favorite night of the year.
Yeah.
How great was that night?
So I don't think it was really Thanksgiving,
right?
Yeah, right. In that like 20s phase.
You had more fun on that night, on that single Wednesday than any other Wednesday could possibly provide.
Yeah, to the point where like, okay, you were then upset because whoever decided to have Thanksgiving at 12 o'clock was really crushing your more like you barely made it out of bed by like 11:30. Maybe you got home by 6 or 7. Like it was just that. Then at Thanksgiving, I liked the day before, but I didn't like Thanksgiving, and so it's kind of always been one of these can't get it right. But Christmas, I liked it as a kid. Kind of faded out a little bit for the night before Thanksgiving, and then when I had the kid, it just got right back into the groove again. Like there's nothing like kind of the whole long play of like, oh, Santa's coming and you can use Santa the whole year round as kind of the reason that you're going to whip them into shape if they're misbehaving. And so I don't know. I mean, and plus right now he's in 4th grade. So I don't even know that we're going to be able to milk this year into him believing
there's Santa. Mine dropped off right about 9:10.
Yep. I was at carpool this morning.
Oh, tell me about carpool this morning.
Well, and I was, just testing like this.
Because here's the thing. He's around other older kids now. Let the other kids ruin it for him. Don't you ruin it for him.
Well, and I'm trying not to. So this morning at carpool, like, the 4th graders, it's kind of their senior year at the elementary school.
Right.
They're then going on to middle school. So we've got 4th graders helping in the carpool line. So the one girl, she got dropped off early and she was there to volunteer, and she had her reindeer on. When she got out of she had like a reindeer kind of hair thing that the girls wear, like, kind of up like that. And I got out and I said, you're getting ready for Christmas. And she's like, yep. And I said, what's Santa going to bring you? And she said, Santa? And I was like, yeah, he's paying attention. And she just kind of gave me this look like, and I was like, I don't know,
we're not going to push this line anymore.
Yeah, I wasn't going to push it anymore, but she just gave me the look like Santa. And I was like, So, yeah, I don't know.
Here's what I love. The kid whose first year realizing what's what. You know, the kid who, it's the first Christmas where he gets what's what. He's still straddling that line of, well, I don't want there to be any drop off in gifts. So I'm going to go with it for my own self-interest. But come on now. And also, you get the kid. Sometimes you get the kid who's just outraged that he's been lied to. That just there is no Santa. You know, you get that kid. It's like, shut up. There's smaller kids around here, dude. Play the game. Part of growing up. You got to play the game for the littler kids.
And when she gave me that look this morning, I was like, okay, I don't know that I'm going to go any further here. I just like, yep, Santa. You know.
So where's Tom's head at? See,
that's what I can't figure out, because he's been awfully quiet about the whole Christmas thing, where in years past, like he'd be talking about it like now. And there's not been anything that's come out. So I think he's probably straddling the line of him and his buddies have had the conversation, but they're all not going to like let us know until probably
straddling that line.
Right. Because they're straddling that line. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I almost brought it up yesterday, but I think it'll come up. Well, it's obviously going to come up at Thanksgiving because, you know, that's just the next. It's next on the rotation. But in between there, he's got a birthday, and so I don't know. We'll see.
I am a little concerned about the weeks prior to Christmas, where your kid and my kid are in the game room and they're just playing.
For sure, dude. That's where it's going to happen.
And the subject comes up, and my little a-hole is going to turn to him and go, you know, that's not a thing, right? It's like, because my kid loves to be the smartest guy in the room. He loves it. So I'm going to have a talk with mine about, but then again, that's how kids learn. I mean, they learn from other older kids.
Yeah, I know.
A natural progression. I just don't. I
didn't learn from other kids. I learned from picking up the phone. And my mom was on the phone talking to the store about this machine gun
that you
like game. No, I had a game, and it was like a auto repeater. It had like little ball bearings in it. It would like shoot the targets. And somehow, I don't know, it malfunctioned. It wasn't working like a few days after Christmas. And she was on the phone, and she called the store, and she was talking to him about returning it. And you know how like you'd have phones all over your house.
Yeah.
And I picked up the phone, and I guess she didn't hear me click.
Oh, no.
And I heard her talking to him about it. And I was like, Santa didn't bring that toy.
Oh,
and so that's how I found out. But
I held on to it way too long. I was like, I was like one of the last holdouts because I just needed that in my life. I needed Santa to be real. And I was like 16 driving. No, I was like 12, I think. I held on to it really long because there was an incident when I was very young that occurred that made me think, holy shit, Santa's in the living room. And I believed that for like way too long because of this incident. There was, so I don't know. I think my mom, I was laying in bed with my mom. I remember I was probably like 6 or 7 years old, and it was Christmas Eve because, you know, you can't sleep on Christmas Eve. So she had to keep an eye on me. So I was laying in bed with my mom, and we heard something. Like, we lived in an apartment, single mom, you know, that whole thing. We lived in an apartment, and like maybe a neighbor came home and the door slammed loud or something. And I thought, Santa's here. And I got up and I ran out. And before I had been put to bed, my mom put all the presents out, the Santa presents out, right? So I heard the like door slam next door, you know, somebody home on Christmas Eve, and Santa just closed our door. And I ran out there, and all the presents were there, and that was it. That got me another like 6 years. So
had you hooked?
Oh yeah. I was like, well, somebody was obviously here. I was with my mom, so there's no way.
Right. Yeah. Right. So I remember we'd leave out the milk and cookies. And like there would be like cookies in like a finished glass of milk, and it had that milk film on it, and it would have like the crumbs of the cookies. And I don't know, for whatever reason, that got me. Like I was like, okay, Like, if this were fake, somebody wouldn't be drinking this milk and eating these cookies.
Exactly. I mean, how far are you going to go to pull off this rouge? This is
Yeah.
obviously a fact that cannot be disputed.
No, I wasn't paying attention to the fact that my dad was like, 300 plus pounds, and every day he would like eat a half gallon of ice cream with some diet soda. Why he might be attracted to eat some cookies, but
It was left out.
short of that, I thought it was good.
Leslie says Thanksgiving is the best night to or the night before Thanksgiving is the best night to bartend. It is. It is. I bartended a number of Thanksgivings, and tips are great. The bar is jammed. You're running around. But also, in the bars that I worked at on Thanksgiving, they would overshift the bar. So basically, everybody who was a bartender was expected to be there on Thanksgiving. And a lot of times, you'd have, let's say your bar on a busy Friday or Saturday would have 3 or 4 behind the bar. So on the night before Thanksgiving, there'd be 8 or 9 bartenders there. So that meant that you could just party. You could collect your tips, give all your friends free drinks, because it's Thanksgiving or the day before. And you could also spend half the time not behind the bar. Sitting at a table with your buddies, and then you look up and you see a line form, and you're like, I'll be right back. And then you go and drunkenly serve. Working the night before Thanksgiving was always fun, especially if you worked at a bar where a lot of the people that you went to high school with or whatever were at. I never had that experience. I always worked at bars downtown that were, far away from my high school hangouts, but still it was great. Working the night before Thanksgiving was always a blast. So I love Thanksgiving. That would be number 1 on my holiday list. My second is 4th of July. I love 4th of July for a lot of the same reasons that I love Thanksgiving. And that is, you're seeing a theme here, no real pressure. Christmas, there's pressure. There's pressure at Christmas. There's stress. There's all kinds of expectations that need to be met on Christmas. When you're a kid, you love Christmas because there are no expectations for you. It's just all about you. It's just all about whatever you can get. But then when you don't have kids and you're first married and maybe you got a shit job, you're in your 20s and it's like, got to go shopping at the Dollar Tree again. It's like, there's a lot of, and then when you have kids, you're right though. As soon as you have kids, then you start to get excited about Christmas again. But I'm still, it will be Thanksgiving, probably Thanksgiving, 4th of July, definitely. And then Christmas. That would be my top 3.
Yeah, 4th of July is my favorite summer one.
Oh, you make a distinction. You make a seasonal distinction between your holidays.
Yeah, I think there's because summer ones for me are something that you're going to do on the water.
Or at a cottage or outdoors or whatever.
You're going to go somewhere and you're kind of going to do
keg parties.
Yeah. Something's going to happen outside.
Yeah.
And then Christmas time, I would always look forward to, and then before I had the kid and older as an adult, I always would look forward to the Christmas, New Year's kind of a break, because being in the medical business, there's some doctors, if they're doing surgery, that they've got to get all their patients in, before the end of the month or before the new fiscal year, so they can, all the deductibles have been met. But if you're not associated with a place that's doing surgery, more often than not, nothing happens from Christmas until after New Year's.
Yeah, just about every business except for radio sales dies around Christmas time. So everything gets pushed off to the end of the year. I also enjoy. Did you have any traditions for Thanksgiving night? Did you guys do anything on Thanksgiving? After the dinner, your friends are all still in town. There's did you go out to a bar on Thanksgiving? Because our tradition.
Oh yeah, I mean, not Thanksgiving night would either be a bar after the night before, or a movie.
A movie. That's what it was for us. It was a movie. You went out to a movie with all your pals on Thanksgiving night. That was how you did. And maybe when you were older, you'd go to a bar after the movie. But it was always a movie. And then when I was a little kid, the day after Thanksgiving was a big day because, that's the big Black Friday day and all that stuff. But for me, in my life growing up as a little kid, the day after Thanksgiving, I always got to go downtown on the train with Grandma. And we'd look at all the windows on Michigan Avenue because they had all the Christmas stuff up. And oh my God, that was one of the greatest days of the year for me. Have lunch at the Walnut Room, which was a fancy restaurant in the Marshall Fields department store where they have this giant Christmas tree. I love the whole Thanksgiving. And then in football on Thanksgiving, I mean, I imagine that if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, you love Thanksgiving because you get the 3:00 game every single Thanksgiving. So you got a football game, you got a big meal, you got family. And for me, with the Bears, we almost always played on Thanksgiving. We either play, I mean, I would say out of 10 years in a row, we probably played on Thanksgiving, 7 of them. We would either play the Detroit Lions, as we're doing this year again on Thanksgiving, or we'd sometimes even play the Dallas Cowboys. So it was always like a football day. There was always stuff to do. Bad Thanksgivings were the ones where the Bears didn't play. And those weren't even bad Thanksgivings. Those were just less exciting Thanksgivings.
Yeah, as again back, when I was in the medical business, after Thanksgiving, I would always head to Chicago because the RSNA Radiological Society of North America conference starts in Chicago the day after Thanksgiving. So I'd fly into Chicago, go to McCormick Place for about a week or 4 or 5 days. And that always would be cool because, like you said, Black Friday would start.
Yeah.
Shopping on Michigan Avenue just seemed like it was like
balls crazy
and people everywhere. And that would really get you in the Christmas spirit. Like, if you were like, okay, when is Christmas going to start? You just needed to hit Michigan Avenue the day after.
That's the vibe.
Thanksgiving, and you would get that vibe.
Yeah.
You'd hear the Salvation Army bells ringing, and then it would be a little bit colder than it would be here, obviously, in Texas during that period of time.
Sometimes there's even snow.
And occasionally you would get snow. Restaurants would be packed. I remember I'd go to back when it, first opened, was like the Cheesecake Factory down there in the
Hancock.
and the sub below, and all the medical companies would like make reservations for you if you were going up there and you were going to buy equipment, and so they'd have fancy dinners and stuff. So yeah, I used to really, I guess as an adult, I enjoyed Thanksgiving more, but not really as a kid.
We were very upset when the Cheesecake Factory moved in there for people who worked in Chicago radio, because before that was a Cheesecake Factory, it was a place, I don't even remember what it was really called, but it was known as the Loser Bar because it was where all the radio people in Chicago would drink, because there were like 10 radio stations in the Hancock building, and it was like this big bar in the basement of the Hancock. And
Right.
you'd go down there and you'd see, even before I was in radio, we used to go there because there was a disc jockey named Steve Dahl who would talk about the Loser Bar. Oh, you guys all going down to the Loser Bar? And so it became sort of like a famous bar in Chicago. And then when I first started working in radio, the Loser Bar was still a thing. So I got to go there as the Loser Bar. And then they were like, they're closing. And it became a Cheesecake Factory. And we're like, no, this can't be you're stealing our Loser Bar.
That one was decked out in a way that no other Cheesecake Factory that I had been to was decked out.
It was a showcase Cheesecake Factory because it was, in the basement of a 100-story building. It was, yeah. Kevin Barber points out that he and I saw Rocky IV on Thanksgiving night back in high school. Yeah, I remember that. Let's see here. What else do we have? What else do we have going on today? Okay, today, let's see what is today. Today's National Day of... okay, loading. Here we go. Okay, it's National... November the 12th is National Pizza with the Works, except anchovies Day. That's the full name of the day. Pizza with the Works, except anchovy day. Now, I don't know if it's so much a thing here, but where I come from, Friday is pizza night. I probably had pizza every Friday for, the first 13 years, 14 years of my life. It's a tradition in Chicago. Dad brings a pizza home, or, mom doesn't want to work on Fridays, so you get pizza delivered or whatever. Was that a thing nationally, or is that just a thing in like pizza capitals, like, New York, Chicago?
Yeah, I don't.
Like, did you think of Friday as pizza night? Because I still think of Friday as pizza night. And I'm sure Ed in the chat room thinks that too, because it's like...
I do think of it as pizza night, but it was more of a pizza night, I think, during Lent. Lent, you would get the cheese pizza, or Lent, you would get the cheese pizza with anchovies, because that was a way that you could get some other ingredient on top of the pizza without it being meat.
Yeah.
And so, I do think of it as Pizza Friday, but for me, it was primarily more like, well, for sure, Friday night was pizza night during Lent.
It's also National French Dip Day. I enjoy a nice French dip sandwich every now and again. And it's National Chicken Soup Day. So there you go. Have pizza, French dip, or chicken soup.
I'm going to stick with the pizza.
Yeah, all right. Not gonna go near the anchovies on pizza, because that's not a thing that I ever got with. That's not really a Midwest thing. Anchovies on pizza is not a Midwestern pizza thing. We had them at the pizza restaurant. We had anchovies, but it was like a tin back in the cooler, and I swear to God, it was the same tin for all the years that I worked there, because nobody ordered anchovies on pizza. First time I heard about anchovies on pizza was on Brady Bunch. And I was like, that's a thing? You put salty fish on pizza? Yeah, I don't like that. Let's see. What else happened today? Oh, hey, happy birthday to the World Wide Web. Yeah. On this day, 31 years ago, www became a concept. In 1990, on this day, Tim Berners-Lee published a formal proposal for the World Wide Web. While working at CERN, Berners-Lee became frustrated with the inefficiencies and difficulties posed by information stored on different computers. On March 12th of 1989, he submitted a memorandum titled Information Management, a Proposal, to the management of CERN for a system called Mesh that referenced Enquire, a database and software project that he had built in 1980, which used the term web for the first time, and described a more elaborate information management system based on links embedded as text. Imagine then the references in this document all being associated with a single network address of the thing of which they are referred, so that while reading this document, you could skip to them with a click of the mouse. That was his concept. Such a system, he explained, could be referred to using one of the existing meanings of the word hypertext, a term that he says was coined in the 1950s. There's no reason, the proposal continues, why such hypertext links could not encompass multimedia documents. With help from his colleague and fellow hypertext enthusiast Robert Kellogg, he published a more formal proposal on November the 12th, 1990, today, to build a hypertext project called the World Wide Web.
Yep.
And here we are.
The www.
Yep.
Hey, which is interesting. You don't have to use that now.
Hey, did that ever take off? Whatever happened with that? Was that ever? I mean, just think about that. This guy probably the night before was sitting at his old typewriter, boy, I hope this is the thing. People are going to think I'm crazy. Am I just wasting my time? Changed the freaking world in ways not seen since the wheel. I mean, seriously. Imagine if just, oh, hi, CeeLo. There's CeeLo climbing up in the chair behind you. Yeah, so there you go. That's a very good thing. Oh, also on this day, here's a little thing personal for me. A number of years ago on the P&K show, we made, we used to do a lot of lists. People liked lists. We were encouraged to do lists because, hey, people love a list, man. They hang for it. And you can do the longer the list, the better. It's like that whole kind of a deal. Here, on this day, and so on my list, I had a song that I said was one of the top 10 best songs ever written. And it was released on this day. And because we can't really play it, Here, we can play this.
Sounded like the Stones to me.
Nope. We have to play bad covers because we're not allowed to play the actual song. On this day, 39 years ago, an absolute sonic masterpiece was released. It was complicated. It was easy. And it was elaborate. And that song is, of course, Our House by Madness. I hate that we have to listen to these versions. Now, Pugs, why do you say it's complex, elaborate, and easy? Well, this is a terrible version. This song is, first of all, extremely difficult to play. It is not easy. There are progressions and all kinds. You have to be a very good musician to pull this song off, or so I've been told by other musicians. It's elaborate because it encompasses everything from acoustic guitar, player piano, to a full-on ska-based horn section, and easy or accessible. Why? These are all the arguments that I made back then. Why? Because it's just a song about a guy looking around his house and talking about all the things that he sees. So it's got everything. And above and beyond that, it's an absolute jam. I love Madness. I'm a Madness fan. Not necessarily this version, but, it's the version that we can play. So there you go. On this day, how old do you feel? 39 years ago today, that song came out. Madness, people are like, that's a one-hit wonder. Oh, contraire, my friend. They're a one-hit wonder in America. They were massive in England. They're like one of the biggest bands. They're one of the most beloved and biggest bands that England has ever produced. Ska, but I'm also a ska guy. So there you go. 39 years ago today, that happened. And also, happy birthday, Neil Young. Neil Young is 76 years old today. Old man. You a Neil Young fan?
Southern man don't need him around anyhow.
Yeah, there you go. That's Leonard Skinner, though. That's not.
Yeah, I know.
That's Southern. That's Leonard Skinner's response to Neil Young's Southern.
Yeah, I mean, even though I'm from the North, I kind of took the Leonard Skinner vibe on him.
I just think Neil Young is so cool. Neil Young is like okay, so you had the Byrds, the Buffalo Springfield, and the Hollies. And all three of these bands were having big internal problems. So key members of each band said, screw you, to the other members of the band. And they all came together to form Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. And Neil Young was so admired within that grouping of dudes, even though they all fought. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young did nothing but fight. Neil Young was basically allowed to just walk in, do whatever he wanted, and then leave for years at a time. And they'd all be angry at him. They'd be like, Neil, why are you abandoning the band? He's like, I don't want to play with you guys. And then he would come back in, and they'd be like, Neil's back. All right, what do you got? And there'd be more hit songs. And so I don't know. I like Neil Young. I think Neil Young is a cool guy. His version of Mr. Soul for Buffalo Springfield is, again, one of my favorite songs of all time. All right, let's check out what's trending today, because there's a whole bunch of stuff that's trending, and I love it because a lot of it isn't very divisive. There is another Korean boy band having a birthday today. Somebody's celebrating. It's not Yoon. It's almost always Yoon, but it ain't Yoon. Don Lemon is trending today. Do you know why Don Lemon? Dandy Don Lemon.
I can only imagine that he said something in his show that the right wing is all over.
Oh, well, you'd be right about the right wing being all over something. Okay, so here's my hot take on Don Lemon. I used to like Don Lemon. I used to think he was all right. I mean, like is probably a strong word. I used to think Don Lemon was okay. He was all right. Didn't really.
You and George.
He didn't irritate me. Don Lemon now super irritates me, man. He seems, for some reason, he has become incredibly powerful at CNN, and he's been wildly emboldened by the events of the last 4 or 5 years. And he's just a cocky know-it-all dick now. I just don't like the guy. Every time I see him, I'm like, ugh. He seems like such a phony. You know what Don Lemon to me seems like? Don Lemon to me seems like a guy who really wanted to be an actor, but couldn't make it. So he ended up just doing the next best thing, which is acting like he's doing the news. He just seems like that, like a theater kid who's not really a journalist. He's more of an actor. He's very performative. I just don't like him.
I'm with you on the recently. He seems like he's like these times, you know, the BLM and the LGBTQ movements seem like they have shined the light on him in particular.
He's an activist. He's not a journalist.
And now he's kind of taken that stage as somebody that can claim he's both.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's using that to, I think, you know, maybe gain more popularity or become more outspoken. So I don't know that I necessarily blame him for doing that, because I think, you know, when it is your time and you're called, you know, that's kind of your role. But I'm with you. I've kind of gotten a little bit, and it's the pass off from Como to him, you know, on the CNN shows, like Como's right before him.
You know what? Let me stop you real quick, and then you can go back. The most tolerable Don Lemon is the crosstalk between him and Como. I don't mind that at all. I think that seems like the most palatable that he is. Continue.
Right, but I'm saying it's that crossover that I think is where he then goes into all Don Lemon and not so much CNN. And that's where I find myself going,
he's a performer.
Okay, dude, is it about you, or what happened to the news that we were doing just before?
You know, you're right. Chris Cuomo aside, we'll leave him out of the argument because I have mixed feelings about him as well. But I do kind of like Chris Cuomo. I know people are like, why don't you like Chris Cuomo but his brother? Yeah, it's his brother. Yeah, I kind of like Chris Cuomo. When you look at the difference between people like Aaron Burnett and Anderson Cooper, and then compare them to Don Lemon, you see the difference between people who actually went to journalism school and people who are like Don Lemon. Don Lemon is very performative. Anderson Cooper, you know, he gives you the eye rolls. I love Anderson Cooper. I think Anderson Cooper is incredibly likable, even though he is a Vanderbilt. Typically, that makes me, you know, not like somebody, but still.
I would say he is definitely, if not number one, he's in the top two of my favorite at CNN. Aaron Burnett, it would be.
I like
close.
Aaron.
Yeah,
I like Aaron. I like Aaron when she gets bad. When she gets angry. My favorite, though, my absolute favorite person on CNN is Breonna Keeler.
Yeah, well, that's because you have a little Twitter thing going with her.
I used to, when she thought I was gay. But then I think I posted something that was bad for her brand, and she no longer is my friend.
She dropped you.
She used to be friend. Yeah, I used to DM with her. She was she and I were buddies. She thought I was gay, though, and I may have played into it.
Hey, now that I'm thinking about it, are you Twitter friends with Kim Kardashian?
I'm not. I am not. She's too big now. She's too big to remember the guy she taught about salsa all those years ago.
I mean, I think, you know.
Yeah. I should try that. I don't think I even follow Kim Kardashian on Twitter. I should, though. But you know what? Honestly, I don't think she's going to be a really good Twitter follow. All right. So why is Don Lemon trending? Because Meghan McCain's husband, Ben Dominic, who is just, if you think Meghan McCain is insufferable, get a load of Ben Dominic. Ben Dominic, who is one of these right guys who is always upset about the left and cancel culture. Remember, it's the left about cancel culture. That's where the left lives. It's all about cancel culture with these people. Ben Dominic is calling to cancel Don Lemon because there is no consistency with anybody or anybody's political ideology. Yes, the guys who are very upset about cancel culture, the people on the right, they are now trying to cancel Don Lemon. Ben Dominic tweeted today, repost this. Don Lemon needs to respond to this or not be on CNN tonight. It's credible and it's disturbing. So this is all in reference to Meghan McCain, or not Meghan McCain, I'm sorry, Megyn Kelly. Ben Dominic is Meghan McCain's husband, but this comes from the Meghan McCain show, Megyn Kelly show.
She's got her own show again?
It's like she's fallen down the ladder. This is like a podcast that she does, the Megyn Kelly show. Boy, she was like in line to be the highest paid person at Fox News after O'Reilly left. And then she decided to jump ship because she wanted to be more mainstream. So she went to NBC and had her daytime show. She had a big network show. And then they fired her because she was still a little bit too Fox Newsy for, liberal NBC. So now she's doing a Sirius XM show and a podcast. So, hey, still doing better than I am. But, she used to be Megyn Kelly. So Megyn Kelly had a guest on, Dustin Heiss. Here, we'll play it. Dustin Heiss says that he was sexually abused, not harassed, sexually assaulted by Don Lemon in a gay bar in Sag Harbor in New York. So let's give this one a watch. Okay?
And how recently?
I don't know. I don't know how that's a good question. I don't know how recently. Let's see if we can find out. Here we go. This is can you see it?
I can.
Okay, here we go. Let's watch this.
You and George wrap up your shift at your bar and decide to go out for a late night drink?
Well, we had worked almost 2 weeks consecutively because 4th of July fell in the middle of the week.
So it's 4th of July.
That year. And we had worked for almost 2 weeks straight. So
hold on. He just said this might be something from a long time ago. Did you catch that?
Because he said that year.
It
doesn't sound like it's recent.
We don't know when. There's a hatchet job from the beginning. I mean, I don't know if I believe it or not. It might be true, but it's a hatchet job.
Sunday, we came into work and we had very little, if any, reservations on the books. So our boss, George, gave us the night off. And so we went to Montauk for a little bit, and then we came to Sag Harbor, and that's when I encountered Don Lemon.
Okay. And those are towns in the Hamptons that are very popular with folks. So you walk.
Okay. What she's trying to say, they're very popular with gay folks. But she said folks. That's a weird thing to say, right? It's like she wanted to say very popular with gay folks, but she stopped and she just said very popular with folks. What kind of folks, Megyn? What are you getting at?
It's like Cape Cod going to what is it, Provincetown?
Fire Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is a gay, it's a gay hangout. So this guy, Ben Heiss, who is suing Don Lemon, who claims later that he's definitely not gay, is hanging out at gay bars with his male friend. But he's definitely not gay.
Bar called Murph's, which I understand is very popular and sometimes with a celebrity set, though it's described as kind of a dive bar. Like it's not a fancy place. It's just popular amongst people who are well known. And did you see him right away when you walked in?
So I walked in and I saw him right out of the corner of my eye and sitting over to the right. And he was with a group of a couple other men. And I said to George, I said, look, that's Don Lemon right there. And I decided to approach him and I said, hey, Don, let me buy you a drink. And before he could even respond, I looked at the bartender and I said, let me get 2 lemon drops. And if anything, that was an attempt at humor. And I didn't mean anything derogatory or, I wasn't trying to harass him or, and Don looks at me and says, I'm just trying to have a good time. And at that time I said, okay, I'm sorry. And I walked away and I thought that was the end of it.
Okay. And so why did you do that? Had you been a fan of his? Like what made you offer to buy him a drink?
Honestly, I was just being cordial. I work as a bartender and part of your job is to engage with your guests and, just have a good time. Everybody, typically when they're at a bar or a restaurant, they're trying to just enjoy themselves. And I was just being friendly. It was just a hello. And I didn't mean anything derogatory towards it. But as soon as he said, I'm just trying to have a good time, I walked away. That was that.
What time of night was this?
Approximately about maybe 10 p.m., maybe 9:30.
Okay. And could you tell at this point, this particular point where you would offer to buy him a lemon drop, whether he was intoxicated?
I mean, it seemed that he had had a few drinks, that's for sure.
How could you tell?
He just was kind of like shaking his head and he looked at me like, you know, you're a bartender. You pick up on these things. People sit at your bar and drink all the time, you know, and he did not look sober by any means.
Okay. So he declined your drink. And how far away were the two of you from one another at this point?
3 feet at the most.
And I'll ask you this because it becomes relevant shortly. But for the record, are you straight?
Oh, yes. I have a girlfriend, and once this is all behind me, we hope to get married one of these days.
Okay, so in no way was this a sexual come on by you offering a drink.
If his parents are watching,
Don is openly gay and either engaged or married to a man. So, and that's been well established. Okay, so it was basically just a friendly gesture. He declined it, and then what happened next?
So I walk around the bar, and about 5 minutes goes by, and he comes around the bar and comes up to me, and he says, pardon my language, but he says, "Do you like me? Is that why you're fucking with me?" And I said, "No, I just wanted to say what's up." And I was just like, what's this guy's problem? And I looked at my boss, and in that moment, he puts his hand down his pants and starts aggressively.
Can you start that over? Don. You're talking about Don. Go ahead.
Scratching his balls.
So after he says, do you like me? Is that why you're effing with me? And I said, "No, I just wanted to say what's up, man." And I look at my boss, and I look back, and he has his hand in his pants, rubbing himself aggressively, and he shoves his 2 fingers up underneath my mustache, thrusts my head back, and says, "Do you like pussy or dick?" And he said it like 2 or 3 times after that. And I just said, "What the hell, man?" And I just ran out the back door.
So
okay, that's basically the story. What a pussy! And I just ran out the back door after Don Lemon scratched his balls and stuck his fingers in my mouth or my face. What kind of a pussy runs out the back door? Is that your reaction? If someone, first of all, let's just assume that happened. If somebody does that to you, do you go, "Ah!" Remember, he's about to get married. He's totally not gay. Is your reaction, "Ah!" and you run out the door?
He said they're about to get married once he gets all this put behind him.
Yeah.
So did more happen, or that's the end?
No, that's it. That's it. Don Lemon supposedly scratched his nuts, asked him if he liked pussy or dick, and then rubbed his nut-stenched fingers under his nose. And his reaction was, "Ah!"
And he's getting sued for that?
Yeah, apparently that's assault because he went, "Ah!" and he ran out of the bar. That is not how a man reacts to that. I'm sorry. Gay, straight, it doesn't matter. You don't run out of the bar after that happens. You either start a fight with the guy because you've just felt like you've been sexually assaulted or violated, yeah. Or it leads to much bigger conversations like, "What the fuck, man?" Don't just run out of the bar. I don't know if this is true or not. I would like to believe it's true because that sort of fits the persona that I have fantasized that Don Lemon is really like when he goes out.
Yeah, I mean, by no way, shape, or form is Don Lemon a bruiser. Like, he's not somebody that I would be intimidated by.
No.
Enough to run out of the bar, particularly if you've just said that he looks like he's somewhat unstably drunk.
Luke Brewer says this was summer of 2018, so 3 years ago. And he's still scarred by it. I'm scarred by this. And my girlfriend, I can't have sex with my girlfriend anymore, who I'm totally planning on marrying.
Once I get past this whole ordeal.
We were just hanging out at a gay bar because I was so loyal to my girlfriend. I didn't want to hang out with other women around. So me and my also totally straight friend, we drove to a gay area, went to a gay bar that's very popular with celebrities and gays, and then Don Lemon assaulted me. And by the way, I'm totally straight.
I need to look up this bar, Murphs,
who I've not been able to have sex with since 2018 when Don Lemon did this to me. As soon as I put all this behind me, I'm sure I'll be a perfectly functioning heterosexual male and a grand husband.
How much is he suing for? Like, what is 2 fingers wiped on your balls, stuck under your nose worth?
I just think it's funny that Don Lemon in the wild is like, it's like that Chappelle skit where Chappelle hangs out with Wayne Brady. And Wayne Brady's like a banger, a gangbanger. He's just like a real hardcore street thug. Lemon. That doesn't seem. I don't know. Hey, man, I don't hang out at gay bars. Are gay dudes, when they're hitting on each other, are they that forward with one another? Hey, maybe heterosexual dudes might. I mean, I could see a heterosexual dude doing that to a girl, like a pig guy. Couldn't really see a girl doing that to a guy, though. Imagine a girl. You're in a heterosexual bar and a girl does that to you. You'd be like, I wouldn't run from that. I'd be like, so there's new options on the table that I didn't have before this happened.
Well, let me just say this. Murph's Backstreet Tavern sold for $3.1 million.
Oh, well, hey,
October 1st of 2018. So for a dive bar.
Well, it's a dive bar in the Hamptons. I mean, let's talk about the clientele, right? So the real estate alone is probably worth quite a bit.
Wow. Sag Harbor is on the market. Sold for $3.1 million.
Is that a lot for a bar, though? I mean, I guess it sounds like. I just don't know what bars cost.
Yeah. Tom Murphy was the owner of Murph's Backstreet Tavern. He died in 2010.
Good thing Murph wasn't around for this travesty at his establishment.
All right. Well,
there you go. That's why Don Lemon is trending. The right is trying to cancel him because he did something funny. Which I would totally agree that is sexual assault if a man did that to a woman. But a man doing that to another man, that's just a dick move and it needs to be dealt with. I don't know that is. You don't stick your hand. Yeah. Honestly, though.
I mean, have you ever been in a guy's locker room and they put their jock strap in your face or the cup? I mean, that's just stupid dude nonsense.
I was just going to say that. I have had worse things happen to me concerning friends' genitalia. A dude passes out at a party in high school and they take a bunch of pictures of people teabagging you. That's not sexual assault. That's growing up. That's just growing up.
That's guy humor of the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, well, not anymore, though. I guess now we got different rules. Okay, let's see. What else is trending? Oh, here, Channel 9. He asked a question. What is the history behind the P&K opening and end tune? Everclear El Distorto di la Marica and I'm Coming Home. There is no story. Actually, there is a story. The Everclear song was a music bed that I used on a show that I produced for Q101 Radio, the alternative rock station in Chicago. It was just a music bed, a throwaway music bed that we used. And I always liked it. And we needed a theme when Kelly and I started our show in Chicago at WCKG. And I just said, this is kind of a cool instrumental. So we used that as our theme. And I'm Coming Home by Mel Torme. That was just a song we used to do. There was a compilation of like lounge songs from the 50s that we used to use. And I used to like that. I just liked the song. I just thought that's a good song. And then when we had to have a closing theme, I thought, I'm Coming Home. That fits. That works. So there you go.
Did you have to get it cleared with the groups to use it?
No, because we worked at real radio stations where they paid licensing fees to play music. So yeah, we could do it. That's one of the nice things about that.
Although at 105.3 you could?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. All those, the corporate company, CBS at the time, they pay all those things ahead of time because they have music stations. So you can.
Yeah, I thought I remember I had to get clear, but I did because the song that I can't remember who I used now.
Now you can use, if you work at a real terrestrial radio station that's run by a company that also has a music, entity, a music station, you can play whatever you want. Because they're already paying. They're already paying the rights. That company, it's all under one umbrella. So even if you're a talk station, if there's a music station there, they're probably paying BMI and all that stuff. So you can use whatever you want.
I see Jeff Glenn is out working Lyft and Uber on Lake Palo Pinto.
Where's Lake Palo Pinto?
Somewhere, I guess, where he's fishing.
Is that a new lake? We get those in Texas. We get new lakes. They just dig a hole and fill it with water and go, lakefront property for sale.
Wonder if he's got like his Uber and his Lyft app on. Gene Simmons is trending.
course, Gene Simmons of Kiss fame, not the old 1930s Hollywood actress Gene Simmons. Did you know there were two? There were. Gene Simmons is trending because, the right's all angry at him again because he made a statement. You want to hear the statement that Gene Simmons made? Here's what Gene Simmons of Kiss says. I don't care about your political beliefs. If you walk among us unvaccinated, you are the enemy. You don't have the right to go through a red light or smoke in a building. I hate this whole delusional, evil idea that you get to do whatever you want because of your, quote, rights, and the rest of the world be damned. Gene Simmons. So he's trending because people are all angry at Gene Simmons.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're talking about exactly the same thing, though.
What do you mean?
Like, you don't have the right to smoke in a building, but you do have the right to smoke in private. You don't have the right to go through a red light, but we're not injecting your body with something. So I don't see those two examples as spot on for forcing somebody to get a vaccination that they don't want.
I see this as being troubling because I imagine that there's quite a bit of crossover between the anti-science crowd and the Kiss fan. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think the grown-ass man who's still a Kiss fan is probably also someone who has questions about science. You know, I don't know.
Home taking off his makeup.
I just imagine there's a lot of anti-vaxxers in the Kiss army is basically what I'm trying to say. So he's trending. People are upset at him. Whatever. You know what's funny? There is a game that you can play that I sometimes play when I see a celebrity's name trending. I think to myself, okay, before I click on this and find out if they're trending or not, is this person trending because they're anti-vax or pro-vax? And then you have to think about the celebrity and think what they're probably about. Like, I'll tell you, Eric Clapton, who is very anti-vax. That was a shocker to me. I'm like, I would have had Eric Clapton in the pro-vax, pro-science thing. But no, apparently Eric Clapton has a long history of being a racist and saying drunken rants on stage about immigrants and stuff. So he's at Gene Simmons. I would have thought Gene Simmons is anti-vax. And it turns out he's not. So I got that one wrong too.
Yeah, I don't. It's scary where people go to get their medicine these days.
Or their medical advice, for that matter.
Well, that's what I meant, medical advice.
All right, let's see. What else do we have trending today? We've gone through... the entire world is being shut down because apparently Taylor Swift did something. Taylor Swift has been trending for the last 24, 48 hours. Actually, Taylor Swift has been trending for days because apparently last night she released something, some new song, and... all right, here, let's see what she did. Taylor Swift's Red. I don't know. I'm not. I know who Taylor Swift is. I love one of the things that me and my son often argue about is who is Taylor Swift more likely to go for, me or him? Because we both really like Taylor Swift, and whenever it comes up, he always points out she would never go for you, and I say she would never go for you, and then he's like she would go for me before she'd go for you. I go if she went for you, she'd be a pedophile. Well, no, I mean when I'm a little older. So we have that argument a lot. You're old and you're fat and you don't have any money. All right, you're a child. She can't be with you. End of story. Taylor Swift, ton of great reporting in this Taylor Swift report. Apparently she's released her Red album and it is breaking the internet. I don't know. I don't know what Red is. I don't know. What? Don't embarrass yourself with the Taylor Swift news. Just move on. Ed is like the worst fucking program director on the planet. He is totally doesn't get what conversation is about. What do you mean embarrass yourself with the Taylor Swift news? She's trending right now at number 3 on Twitter.
You're sounding like a creepy old man.
That's fine. I am a creep. Hey, I can't help it. You know what? She's 31 years old. Taylor Swift is 31 years old. That's just 1 year outside of what is appropriate for me to still be with. Just 1 year. Just 1 year. It's too bad. She's a fantastic woman, though. I'll tell you. I like the Lady Gaga and I like the Taylor Swift. I think they're both just incredible women. Artists, beautiful.
So have you seen the new movie Lady Gaga's in? I can't wait to see that on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. What is it? Yeah.
House of Gucci.
House of Gucci. Yeah, that's it. I'm not interested in that. I don't like the whole fashion thing, but she's great. I've seen her.
What do you mean the whole fashion thing? It looks like a mob movie, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the House of Gucci would turn me.
Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Like they got silencers on guns. I mean, I get it because it says House of Gucci. It sounds like it's fashion, but
it is fashion. It's about the house. It's about the formation of the Gucci brand. So
yeah, but it seems like they did some dirty stuff.
Okay. All right. Hey, I could be won over.
Where's the trailer? Pull the trailer up. Look at it.
All right, we can do that. That's something we could totally do. All right, House of Gucci. Let me see if I change my mind on this. Lady Gaga, she is a hell of an actress. She's A Star is Born. She was tremendous in A Star is Born. The season of American Horror Story where she played the Queen Vampire, tremendous in that. And also, don't forget, she got her start as an actress in The Sopranos. Did you know that?
Did not, but can see it. I can see it, how it's carried over to this House of Gucci, at least in the trailer.
Lady Gaga played one of Anthony Jr.'s friends. She when Anthony Jr. there was a plot piece in The Sopranos where Anthony Jr. and his friends, teenagers, they got drunk and they trashed the high school swimming pool, and all of his friends were hanging out. And one of the girls that hung out with AJ was a young 17-year-old Lady Gaga. All right, let's see. Let's pull this up. We'll watch this trailer for The House of Gucci, which he says looks like a mob movie, and I just assumed was a stupid fashion movie, which is really not my bag. All right, let's see. Here we go. Okay. Is it sharing?
Yep.
All right. Look at Gaga there, man. I'm telling you, man, when she looks like a normal person, she is beautiful.
I don't consider myself a particularly ethical person, but I'm fair.
Okay.
Gucci. It was a name that sounded so sweet, so seductive.
Now, meet the family. Hey everybody, this is Patrizia, and this is my family.
They had it all.
Okay.
Wealth, style, power. Who wouldn't kill for that?
Maurizio, my nephew. I have been the Gucci all my life. It is an empire.
You can help the family. Gucci is not exciting, and everybody knows it.
At least it's my name, sweetie.
Our name, sweetie.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and 7 seas.
Gucci needs no blood.
Gucci is what I say it is. This is not a woman's game. Remember that.
Madness. Who does he think he is? It's time to take out the trash.
Gucci is a rare animal. It must be protected
Protected from who?
from whoever threatens it.
What game are you playing?
For a family. You traitor. Gucci is my name too.
Who does what?
Oh.
Oh, God.
Don't.
He looks hardcore.
I don't consider myself a particularly ethical person, but I am fair. I subscribe to unconventional punishments.
All right. All right. You won me over. All right. You're right. I hadn't seen that. And all right. Now I want to see that. That looks really great.
So now we got our Thanksgiving night tradition. Got to buy tickets.
Oh, is that at the movies?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know.
Well, you're going to be here, so.
Been to a movie in a long time. All right, so there you go. So we went from Taylor Swift to Lady Gaga, House of Gucci. Boom. Let's see what else is trending today. Oh God,
Trailers do work.
Yes, they do. I love trailers. I always, whenever I see to be excited about it or a TV show that I want them the trailer for it. I almost sent you a trailer yesterday. I almost sent you a trailer for season 1 of Narcos, the Pablo Escobar storyline. I thought you'd see that and go, oh shit, I got to watch that on my big giant fancy TV in my living room because I think you'd really enjoy it. Just, because of your past and your history and your life. It's, I just thought that maybe you would find some things very interesting. Something, it might.
By the way, save all your topics where you can just ramble on because remember, I'm out of here at 1:25 today.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll be good with that. Let's see here. All right. Also trending today. Yesterday, you said something very interesting. You said that
I get lucky every now and then.
Yeah, you said that they were hiding Kamala Harris. You made some joke about,
I mean, where is she?
Yeah, I said I think that. I don't believe that Biden's going to run for re-election. I think that he accomplished what he wanted to accomplish, which was sit in the big chair after like 30 years of it. He doesn't need it again. He doesn't want to go out on the road. He's too old for it. I mean, look at the man. I mean, look at the guy. The guy looks tired. I mean, a young spry dude like Barack Obama just looked horrible at the end of his 8 years. Imagine what an 80-year-old dude is going to look.
Imagine the gas he's passing 4 years from now.
Oh my God. He's just so yeah. I believe the handoff will probably go to the vice president. And you said, well, they'll have to find her first because you're right. She's been hidden there, and I think she's being hidden for a reason. I think she's being hidden because they don't want to make her a target too far out from the election, so that when she reemerges. However, she is trending today. Why? Because somebody went and made her a target. This is the most ridiculous thing that she is being criticized for. Do you remember when Barack Obama wore a tan suit in Fox News?
That was like just problem.
This is the most disrespectful thing that has ever occurred inside the Oval Office. The President of the United States wearing a tan suit. I mean, that's how desperate they were to gin up the rubes and make them hate a man that they probably had some reasonable reasons to hate for other reasons, but they would just go so far. And for a week straight, it was Barack Obama wore a tan suit. I mean, it's absurd. However, we've got something even more absurd going on now with Kamala Harris. The execution of the assumed Democratic nominee for president, either in 2024 or whenever the hell the next one comes, the execution has started. So here you go. So here is why Kamala is being hammered. Apparently, she thinks she's fancy. She thinks that she's a little bit fancier than normal people. She thinks that she's better than us. You know why? Because she doesn't say the, she says the. Like instead of saying, this is the Pugs and Company podcast, she would say, this is the Pugs and or Pugs and Company podcast or whatever we want to call it. Right? How ridiculous is that? So here's the example that is trending today of what a highfalutin bitch, elitist skank Kamala Harris is.
I love that. A hypothesis. It's well thought out. It's well planned. They start out with a hypothesis. And they test it out. Knowing, invariably, you're trying something for the first time, there will be glitches, there will be mistakes. Then everyone gets together. No one gets beat up about it. You analyze it, what went wrong, reevaluate, update the hypothesis, and start again. With us in government, we campaign with the plan.
The plan.
Uppercase T, uppercase P, the plan.
The plan,
and
not
then
the plan.
The environment is such that we're expected to defend the plan.
The plan.
Even when the first time we roll it out, there may be some glitches and it's time to reevaluate and then.
All right, there you go. That is literally why she's being dragged on Twitter right now, because she said the plan.
Isn't she just trying to make it sound like more brand, like
right.
more
We got
theatric.
Come on, there's plenty you could drag her for. You got nothing. If this is honestly what you're going with, this is some tan suit bullshit, folks. Come on. I got some questions about her myself, but this
The
absurd.
plan. I mean, it just sounds like she's trying to be dramatic, but like, come on.
So do you know what else is trending alongside Kamala Harris using the instead of the? Guess what's trending right behind it now? The Ohio State University. Because everybody's going, yeah, all them fancy Ohioans with their the Ohio State University.
Right. That's true. They always use that.
That is absolutely true. The salt of the earth Midwestern people of Ohio have been referring to their university not as the Ohio State University, but as the Ohio State University. So it's just silly.
Man, I am disappointed that my Kyle Rittenhouse tie is not trending. I thought for sure I was onto something.
Yeah, well, you were right. It was a terrible look for him. It was.
I know, but I thought it was like going to catch fire. Like, different objects, just make their way into like Twitter. It's like,
right. It's random, dude. It's random. I've been trying for years to get something to trend and go viral. It's so damn random.
I know.
No
it
idea
is.
what's going to work.
I thought I was onto one.
Okay, what else do we have here? Free Britney is trending. Like I said, a lot of fun things trending today. Britney's going to be.
Has she blown all her money yet?
No, but you know what? We are close. She can't blow all her money yet. It's coming. Today, Britney Spears goes to court to see about her emancipation. After nearly 14 years, today's court hearing could potentially end Britney Spears' conservatorship once and for all. So I expect a big donation to the Radio Misfits Pugs and Company Fund from Britney. I still believe she's going to give all her money to a cult. She's going to do something crazy because, okay, I think it's a little bit much that, what she's gone through. She's a woman in her 40s and she can't even have a debit card or a cell phone that isn't, hacked into by her parents, right? That seems, she's not John Hinckley. She didn't, she didn't do anything super crazy. She, cracked under the pressure of superstardom. That's all she did. And that was
got a really short Sinead O'Connor haircut.
That's all. She attacked some paparazzi with an umbrella in a gas station. That's what she did. That shouldn't mean that a 41-year-old multimillionaire has zero access to any of the money that her and her talents were able to create. It's madness. With that said, I think she's still crazy. I think she's still nuts. And I think her parents know that she's still nuts. And I think her parents are but you know what? She's old enough to blow all her money. That's what freedom's about.
I mean, if I'm her, I'm definitely going on a little bit of a spending spree. I just hope she's got some smarts to pull it back before it gets too deep.
She don't. Have you seen her Instagram? She don't. She's with some swarthy dude who, I'm sure there's no prenup. I'm sure that he's just waiting for all that money to come in, and then it's going to be really bad, and he's going to take half of it, and then she's going to end up giving it all to some crazy cult. Honestly, I do not. I think there's something. I think she's a wackadoo. I think she's crazy.
Yeah, but
talented. I've come around on the talent thing. I think she was a disposable pop star, but then I saw this long form video of her practicing for some big concert, and I'm like, oh, wait a second, that girl's actually a performer. She's actually good.
That's what I'm saying. Even if she went out today and blew all of her money, you give her 2 or 3 years, she'll have a whole shit pile back again.
Will she though?
They might put her back with some kind of conservator, but she'll make it back. But
that's what I'm saying. Will she? Is she still relevant?
Yeah. I think
been a
everybody
long time out of the
everybody loves a train wreck.
Yeah.
Even if she did train wreck, I think she'd make more money if she just versus her just kind of fading out slowly.
Well, what if she just did a complete reclamation, a career reclamation, where she cut a new album, went on tour? Is she playing stadiums? I think she might still because the whole Free Britney movement has brought her back into the popular culture spotlight. But if there was no Free Britney movement, it's not like she has had. I mean, there's Rihanna now. There's Sierra. There's Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, it's a much more crowded field for the young.
No doubt, but there are some Britney fans that are just
How old are they now? 40.
Well, and also, I think she has a big gay following.
Yeah, she could probably tap into that. She could. I don't know. I just don't know that her as a performer is still a thing. I don't know if she's going to be relevant.
I don't know that line. It's Britney, bitch. Like, I mean, she could just take that and ride that out like Peter Frampton did "Comes Alive."
Look, I love
playing
Britney.
at Billy Bob's.
I love Britney. I did. Toxic is a jam. I love that song. Hit Me Baby One More Time is a great song. She's got great pop bangers in her little discography. I just don't know that she's going to have any new ones. I just don't know that
she's got to make sure she doesn't give away the rights somehow.
And I also think she's crazy as a loon. I do. I think that I think she's nuts. I think, so whatever though, she's a 41-year-old woman. If she can check all the boxes and pass all the tests, there's no reason in the world that I see that her dad should be in charge of a 40-something-year-old woman's checkbook. It doesn't make any sense to me. She hasn't been convicted of anything. She's not a criminal, right? I mean,
they're just kind of keeping her away from herself.
Right. It's in her best interest. Well, her best interest is her sole domain. She is a grown-ass woman with children. She gets to decide what's in her best. She's not a 17-year-old pop star anymore. Her best interest is up for her to decide. So get out of here, Jamie Spears. That's her dad. I think also her sister, too. Okay. Johnson & Johnson is trending today. You know, Johnson & Johnson, the big pharma and, all the stuff that Johnson makes. They're trending today because they are splitting into two companies. They are separating their pharma division and their medical equipment division. So everybody's saying they're just going to split into two companies called Johnson.
Right.
And Johnson 1 and Johnson 2. Yeah. So who knows? Let's see. There's a brand new show. Disney Plus. Apparently something big is going on with Disney. Do you have Disney Plus over there? Is your kid demanded you get Disney Plus yet?
Yeah, I talked about that yesterday because of Mandalorian. I picked it up and I've had it ever since.
Okay. So apparently there's a whole bunch of new stuff and it's all just milking the Star Wars goat. Disney, since acquiring the whole Star Wars franchise and all the Star Wars stuff, they have Mandalorian was the first one that they trotted out there, but Disney is just milking the hell out of this. Obi-Wan and Kenobi are both trending because apparently there's a new series coming to Disney Plus about Obi-Wan. Also, I think this is also Disney Plus. Predator is trending today. Oh no, this isn't Disney Plus. This is a new movie. There is a new Predator movie that is being released. Now, are you a Predator fan? I love the Predator movie.
I like Predator. I think I got off the ship when Predator met Alien.
I liked Predator versus Alien. I like that. Makes sense to me. They're both from outer space. At some point, they might bump into each other. Predator versus Alien. So the new Predator movie, this actually sounds interesting. They are taking, they've got a pretty cool young director in charge of it too, which always means that there's going to be kind of a cool contemporary spin on it. The guy who did 10 Cloverfield Lane. I don't know if you've ever seen 10 Cloverfield Lane, but that's
not a clue.
Yeah. Look at it. It's a very cool movie. Dan Trachtenberg is in charge of the new Predator movie. It is not a reboot. It is going to be a continuation of the story. But in the vein of what David Chase did with The Sopranos, this is kind of a prequel Predator movie. Because here, get this description. Dan Trachtenberg, the film is officially titled Prey, Prey, and will stream on Hulu. So this is going to be a Hulu movie in 2022. Will stream on Hulu in 2022. Here's the synopsis. The film is set 300 years ago. So it's not Predator and it's Predator going back and fucking with Revolutionary War people. What was 300 years ago? So,
His ancestors.
No, but it's set on Earth. Predator comes down to Earth, but it's 300 years in the past. The film is set 300 years ago and follows a skilled Comanche Nation warrior who protects her tribe against a highly evolved alien predator. Okay. That's got just enough spin on the old story for me to go, I'll check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see, probably reminds me, have you ever seen the movie Cowboys versus Aliens?
I do remember the title, and I do remember seeing it, but I don't remember what it's about.
I probably would have never seen that in the movie theaters. I probably would have completely blad it. But there was a time about 5 years ago where my kid was all excited about it. And he's like, I want to watch this movie. And I'm like, oh God, all right, this is going to be so stupid. It was great. I love Cowboys versus Aliens. The premise is so cool.
It was in a Western. It was in a Western setting. I remember that. I just don't remember how it all went down.
It was, the concept was basically, if aliens have been around, they built the pyramids and all that stuff, they've been visiting us forever. They probably visited us, back in the cowboy days. And what would happen if like an old West cowboy town was suddenly invaded by aliens?
Yeah, I remember that now.
It was really cool. It was clever. It was interesting. It was fun. It was, so there you go. So this feels like kind of the same vibe coming from, the new Predator movie, which is called Prey. Remember, the film is set 300 years ago and follows a skilled Comanche Nation warrior who protects her tribe against a highly evolved alien predator. Okay, here's something fun. We'll go to this. Let's see how well you know me. Where is my favorite place in the world to visit?
Your favorite place in the world to visit?
You've probably never been, but you simply must go.
Oh, yeah, Iceland.
That's right, Iceland. I love me some Iceland. So remember a couple of weeks ago when Mark Zuckerberg did the whole Meta thing? He renamed Facebook and he made that creepy video and everybody wanted to know why there was a bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's on his bookshelf. You remember that weird-ass video?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So Iceland, the Iceland Board of Tourism has made a new commercial that will start running that parodies that. And I'm telling you, Icelanders are so cool. They are so funny. They're like way away from the whole rest of the world, and they just get into their own headspace and they just do weird. They believe in elves and trolls and goblins, and they have street signs that say Goblin Crossing and stuff like that. They're crazy. They're fun. They're silly, and it's got to be because they're so isolated from the rest of the world. So this was the Icelandic Board of Tourism today released a new tourism commercial for it, and it parodies the Mark Zuckerberg changing Facebook to Metaverse or whatever the hell it is.
Meta.
So yeah, Meta, is that what it is? Okay. So there we go. We're sharing it. Let's watch this. Here's the new Icelandic Board of Tourism commercial trying to get people to come visit Iceland. And if you have not been, you simply must go.
Hi, and welcome to this very natural setting. Today, I want to talk about a revolutionary approach on how to connect our world without being super weird. Some said it's not possible. Some said it's out of reach. To them, we say it's already here. Seriously, look, it's right here. And what do we call this not-so-new chapter in human connectivity? The Iceland verse. Enhanced, actual reality without silly-looking headsets. In our open-world experience, everything is real. And has been for millions of years. It's completely immersive, with water that's wet. With humans to connect with. You're human, right? Isn't she funny? In the Iceland verse, there's real moss you can look at, but please don't touch. It's very delicate. skies you can see with
Aurora
your eyeballs.
Borealis.
Volcanic rocks you can caress. Really big geysers you can observe from a safe distance. Birds you can watch. They're really cute, but a bit stupid. Waterfalls you can stand near, like this one, that one, this one, that one, and even this one. Horses you can ride, with hair you can touch. The Icelandverse is a world with possibilities so endless, they'll be here forever. So join us today, or tomorrow, or whenever. We are really easygoing. Now, please enjoy our logo.
There you have it. That's the new travel ad to visit Iceland. And I'm telling you, if you haven't been, you simply is the most amazing place in the planet I have ever been to. And I've actually been there twice now. I was there for a layover, very briefly, never left the airport, but we were on our way to Ireland. And then I was there for a week, which was the most magical travel week of my life. All right, so that's Iceland. They're so cool. They really are. They're very easygoing. They just, they'll did I ever tell you about the night I spent in an Icelandic brothel with the Russian mob?
Yeah, you did.
That is a story.
Well, maybe you can tell that on your own now for the next 35 minutes.
No, you got to go. Yeah, it's
right.
1:26. So go ahead. There he goes, ladies and
Peace.
gentlemen.
Everybody have a good weekend.
What do you have going on? You got something kid related?
Nah.
Nah, you're just done with this.
No. Ed and I are going out for a little afternoon of leisure.
What are you going to do?
We're going to Lone Star.
Couldn't wait till 2:00 and invite. What the fuck?
No, I got a schedule. I got a schedule.
So you don't say, "Hey, Pugs, why don't you cut the show a little short? We could all go out for get out." You know what? You're gone. I am so the breakdown of social graces in this 1%er compound is immeasurable.
Well, I knew that you had to do your show. So.
Yeah.
And if I left at 2, I would be late. I got to be there by 2:30. Anyway, we'll see you Sunday night.
This is why you didn't offer this information. You knew I would react this way. There is a reason that you two do not want me. They're going to talk shit on me the whole time. I know these two. It's going to be nothing but shit talk about me, about how a loser I am. Get out of here. There he goes. You know what? Now, just to spite them, I think I might end the show early. I might end the show early just so that I could have been available to go on their little trip to the horse race track. Why don't I get to go? Dude, I seriously didn't get an invite. That's just, I thought it was kid related. That was totally acceptable. Being kid related, I get. Fun related? Fun, but Pugs isn't involved. Pugs can't come. God. All right. Whatever. I got dissed. I totally got dissed, Leslie. I know. It's awful. But this isn't the first time this happened. This happened a couple of weeks ago when apparently the big house decided that they were all going to get Whataburger. And ain't nobody thought to call over to the guest house and see if me over here all by myself might not want Whataburger. I mean, look, truth be told, I'd have told them no, I don't want Whataburger. But it's about being asked. It is not about if they invite this. I used to cover this all the time. People would say, hey, we're all going to this party. Well, why wasn't I invited to this party? Oh, Pugs, you never go. You never want to go. Of course I never go. I don't want to go to your stupid party. But you know what I do want? I want to feel like I would have the option to go if, in fact, I changed my mind. It's about being invited to things. It's about I get it. You're so insecure that you can't handle me saying, no, I don't want to go to your stupid party. So you're just not going to invite me at all? That's on you. That's a you thing. That's a you problem. That is a you shortcoming. And now I hope you guys are happy. And yeah, I'm looking directly into the camera because I know right now you're probably watching it. Emil just left his camera perch up there in the 1%er bedroom, and he's probably downstairs now in the west wing of the compound, and he's probably sitting there with Ed, and they're probably watching me. This is on you. You two people are mean. This was mean. Let that resonate. I could come up with any number of other ways to describe it. But really, when we boil it down, this was mean. You guys were mean to me. Mean people. But we'll move on. We will absolutely move on. Luke Brewer. Kato Kalin never got invited for Whataburger either. That is not true. On the night of the murder, remember they went to McDonald's together and went through the drive-thru. You guys, O.J. Simpson even had the decency to invite Kato Kalin for the ride along to McDonald's on the night that he murdered his wife and her boyfriend. You guys are less decent than O.J. Simpson. I don't know how I'm supposed to go on here. I do not know how I'm supposed to continue with this show. Bullshit. Thank you, Luke. You just reminded me of something. All right, what else do we got here? Let's see what else is trending here. Okay, great. Now that I'm in this mood, now I got to talk about why Fursuit Friday is trending. Fursuit Friday. Furries. You know these people, these weird ass people, they dress up. They're grown people who dress up like mascots. And then, let's be honest, this is about sex. This is about weird fetish sex. They have these furry conventions. They all dress up in bizarro costumes. And then they all go to some hotel suite and have some weird plushy toy orgy. It's just gross and it's weird. And it's trending today. So people are sharing their pictures. Well, you know, why not? Let's look at some of these people in their fursuits, right? Why not? Weird ass fursuit people. I am not. It's going to be 6:30 before I completely recover from this not being invited to go out. I would have loved to have gone to the Lone Star Race Park today. I mean, I wouldn't have gone, but I would have loved. The concept of it is wonderful. So the idea, you know what? They would have invited me. Hey, Pugs, we're going to the. It's so easy. You knew I would say no, so just ask. Just have me say no, and then allow me to sit here alone while you guys are having fun thinking, should I have said no? Maybe I should have gone. Because at that point, it becomes on me. But no. It's not on me. I don't have that option. This is all on you. Again, you two are mean. All right, Fursuit Friday. Let's see what's happening here. There's a lot of people sharing pictures of their weird sex suits. That's what they are. Let's not kid ourselves. This is a fetish. This is a weird ass fetish thing. All right, so here we go. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. There's his suit. Tav. Yeah, you're normal. Yeah, Tav, you're a total normal guy. Look at you. What are you, 40? You're running around in that suit? See more of these here. What's going on here? See this one. Yeah, that's real normal. You're a grown-ass adult. You don't even represent a university. What are you doing? Or a pro sports team. What are you doing wearing an outfit like this? Hey, by the way, there's a movie. You know what? I don't know if it's a Chris Guest movie. I think it's a Chris Guest movie. I think it feels like a Chris Guest movie. It's called Mascots. And it's about pro team in college mascots or whatever it is. I saw it a long time ago. It was pretty funny. Oh, so this, I'm guessing, is a female? I'm guessing. What is that? Like the sex hole? What is that? What are we looking at here? What kind of picture? Is that the genitalia? Oh, see, I told you these people are weird. What is that? What are we looking at? Oh, I get it. So look at her. She's like, yeah, here, look, I got my legs, and now I'm going to spread my legs. Flap. There you go. Weirdo fetish fursuit vagina, or whatever the hell that is. I don't need it. Not into it. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's see some of these other fursuit outfits. That looks stupid. Look at this guy. Look, they're having sex. Are these people having sex? Hold on. This looks like they're having sex. Okay. There's one guy, grown-ass man. Imagine explaining to your dad that this is what you do. Are they having sex? Is this like a weird... It is. They're having sex. Oh, God, this is so bizarre. They're totally having sex. See? So I'm not crazy for saying that these people who are furries and who engage in this kind of stuff and go out to these conferences and these conventions and then they all have hotel rooms. And they do. How are they having... Is this even real sex? Or is this just like soiling the inside of the costume? What is going on here? Weirdos. I was in a good mood. I was in a very good mood until I was treated so cruelly by the others here at the 1%er compound. All right, let's see what else is trending here. Yeah, it is, Leslie. It's totally creepy. Okay, so Kevin Barber does confirm that Mascots was a Chris Guest movie on Netflix. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see what else is happening here. What else can we talk about? Oh, Warwick Davis. We mentioned him the other day. We were talking about now I can't think of the name again. The guy Tyrion Lannister. That guy. He's like a really good actor, and I just can't ever remember his name. Yeah, I don't know. But we were talking about how, or I was mentioning that I bet you he took a lot of roles away from Warwick Davis. Warwick Davis, who is famous for being Willow. But he's also been in like the Harry Potter movies. He's in the Star Wars franchise. I think he was like one of the Ewoks or something like that. So Warwick Davis is trending. Why? Well, for the same reason that I think the Obi-Wan Kenobi is trending, and that's because Disney Plus has a new series that they are also launching, and it's a reboot of the old Willow franchise. Although his Willow franchise wasn't Willow just a one-off movie. Ron Howard, Val Kilmer, Warwick Davis. I think it was just one. But they're turning it into a series, and Warwick Davis did a pretty cute little promotional thing. Here's the thing you need to know about Warwick Davis. Warwick Davis is funny AF, man. That dude, Warwick Davis is a funny guy. If you are a fan of Ricky Gervais, there was a series that I love Ricky Gervais and I love Stephen Merchant. And Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant got together and they created a series. Maybe it was a BBC series. I think you can find it on HBO Max. But I think it aired here in America on HBO. But it's called Life is Short. And it's about Ricky Gervais playing Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant playing Stephen Merchant and their friendship with Warwick Davis playing Warwick Davis. And it's really funny. And Warwick Davis is really funny in it because he's basically an asshole. And they're all so mean to each other. So if you ever get a chance and you have HBO Max, you might want to check out the short-lived Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, Warwick Davis comedy, Life is Short, which is all about their friendship with Warwick Davis. So here's Warwick Davis. This is a little promotional piece that was put out for the new Willow. Here we go. Let's see if we can see it here. And it shows, it definitely portrays Warwick Davis' sense of humor. He's a funny guy. Here he is.
Hello. Yes, it's me, world-famous actor Warwick Davis. I'm thrilled to be coming to you from the set of the brand new sequel series to my most popular role, Willow. Yeah, we heard you die-hard Willow fans. The Willow Mongers, the Willing Me Softlies, the Low Boys. You get the idea. We're still workshopping fan-based names for that. Anyway, they've asked me to introduce you to the phenomenal cast, or supporting cast, that will be joining me on a brand new adventure. Well, let's go meet them. Okay, so we'll start with this handsome young fella, who is, all right, don't touch. Oh. Go on then. Tell me your name.
Dempsey.
No, your first name.
Dempsey is my first name. Brick is my last name.
Good luck with that. So, Arma, what does it feel like to be carrying the torch for a whole new generation of fans who may not remember the movie?
There's a movie? Of this?
Yeah, Willow.
Who's that?
Me. Directed by Ron Howard.
Ron Howard?
Oh, yeah. Ron Howard,
From
of
Arrested
course.
Development.
Oh, that's good.
Is he narrating this?
He isn't.
Now, Ellie Bamber, tell us about the first time you saw Willow in the cinemas. A lovely anecdote, this.
Oh, I wasn't born. Wait, so what are they going to do with your face for this?
What do you mean, my face?
You're quite a bit older now. Are they going to, like, Irishman your face with computers?
No, Ellie, they're not
what?
going to Irishman my face. Some time has passed since the first movie, and a huge part of this story is how good Willow looks for his age. Keep up, Ellie. Read the new pages. I'm professional. Look at this guy. So you may recognize him.
I'm Tony.
Yeah, he's done some, what have you done? Student films, Insta stories, TikToks and the like, yeah?
Yeah. I just want to say I'm also a huge fan. My dad and I actually watched Willow back in the day when I was a kid, and I grew up loving it, man. It was great. You know, my second favorite fantasy adventure.
Cool.
Behind Lord of the Rings.
You gotta stop there after Willow was great.
Oh.
I'm Ruby Cruz.
Ruby Cruz.
Yeah.
Wow, Ruby Cruz. That's a hell of a stage name. You getting that, Dempsey?
Yeah.
Now I know you, don't I?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm Erin. I was in Solo with you.
No, that's actually the one Star Wars movie I haven't seen. But it's great to have you back for this one.
You know this isn't Star Wars though, right?
So there you have it, the young, or younger, supporting cast of the brand new Willow series coming next year to Disney+.
All right, there you go. And that is why Warwick Davis is trending today. Warwick Davis, very funny. I'm telling you, he's very funny. He is, still can't remember the name. Somebody help me. Peter Dinklage. Thank the Leslie McDaniel. Peter Dinklage is the other guy, Tyrion Lannister, the great shorter actor. Again, trying not to be offensive to anybody. I'm trying, but I'm an old man and I grew up in a world where we didn't really care about offending people, but I understand the world has changed. So here I am sitting here trying to be decent, trying to do the right thing. Other shorter actor, Peter Dinklage, who probably stole a lot of Warwick Davis's roles because Peter Dinklage is a hell of an actor. Probably a better actor than Warwick Davis. But it doesn't change the fact that Warwick Davis is very funny. Very funny. There you go. Oh, and again, check it out this weekend if you have HBO Max. After Life is Short is the movie or the TV show. It's probably like 6-7 episodes, but it's really funny. And if memory serves, Warwick Davis is a abusive alcoholic who he's just very funny. Everybody's playing themselves. Stephen Merchant, if you love Stephen Merchant, and oh God, do I love Stephen Merchant. Not like that. I'm heterosexual, and he is too, probably. But I mean, he's just so fantastic. Let's see what else is trending today. What do we have here? We talked about that. Oh, I had a whole thing that I was going to go into about the artist. He loves his peanut butter whiskey. I found a story about peanut butter whiskey that I thought we could go into, but it's basically a story about how people who are drinking peanut butter whiskey are just children. They're not adults. That's something for like children. So I thought it would be fun. I could totally tear him down about his love for peanut butter whiskey. But of course, he had to go run off to Lone Star Park with everybody else here at the One Percenter compound and leave me here. Bastards. All right. What else do we have? 32 years ago today, Tupac released his first album. That's for some of you. Tupac. No new Tupac albums coming. How about this one? Paris Hilton is trending. Now we haven't heard from Paris Hilton in quite some time, have we? No, we haven't. Paris Hilton, boy, do you think that she was completely knocked out of the popular culture world by Kim Kardashian? Because if you remember, if you go back to the beginning, it was Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. They were the two celebutantes. They were the ones that sort of broke out first. And if we're being honest, Paris Hilton was the A and Nicole Richie was the B. And then as soon as, it was like when bands break up, Paris went solo. She kind of kicked Nicole Richie off to the side, and Paris went on to be Paris Hilton. And Paris Hilton got a new sidekick. And her new sidekick was somebody that she used to describe as her assistant. And the assistant was Kim Kardashian. And that was sort of the emergence of Kim Kardashian as sort of a celebutante. But they broke up being friends because Kim got tired of Paris referring to her as her assistant when, in fact, I guess they had been friends. And she didn't like that she was being treated in the public in the early times as her assistant. And then the sex tape came out with Ray J, which I don't know if the Paris Hilton sex tape came out first. Maybe it did. But when the Ray J Kim Kardashian sex tape came out, that put Kim Kardashian in a whole nother level. She just blew the doors off Paris Hilton. She's like a sprinter who in the last 100 yards just blows past the guy who's been leading the race. And we really haven't heard from Paris Hilton in quite some time. Whereas I would say Kim Kardashian is probably one of the most famous. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Because any listener to the show knows that Kim Kardashian and I are very good friends. She explained the difference between green and red salsa to me as Stuart Copeland listened in to the description. She spent a good 10, 15 minutes in line at a buffet at the Grammys, just explaining to me why I wanted this and not that. And wonderful woman. We have not stayed close, but for a moment in time there, I would have called her my best friend. So Paris Hilton is now back in the news. Why? Because she got married. That's right. 41-year-old Paris Hilton has completely become a normal person now. She is married. Paris Hilton marries Carter Reum. Reum. How do you pronounce that? I don't know. Carter Reum in fairy tale Bella. I'm so upset about not being invited by the other two people to Lone Star. I can no longer pronounce Bel Air properly. Paris Hilton marries Carter Reum in fairy tale Bel Air wedding. It's like, see photos of her dress. All right, so she seems happy. Paris Hilton and Carter Reum have officially tied the knot. The couple said "I do" on Thursday, 9 months after Reum proposed on Hilton's 40th birthday. Oh, she's 40, not 41. Hilton showed off her veil on social media, giving the public a sneak peek, blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. Okay, so Paris Hilton's a beautiful bride. She's, say what you want about her. Here, I'll show you the picture. She's a beautiful bride. Kind of can't be denied. I mean, no big surprise, right? I mean, Paris Hilton is I guess one of the knocks on Paris Hilton was never that she's ugly, right? She's definitely pretty. So that'll we'll show you her. You want to get a look at what Paris Hilton looks like in her. For the ladies and gay men out there, because I can't imagine a heterosexual man really cares what she looks like. But here we go. Okay. All right, there she is. Look at her. Look at how happy she looks. At least the top of her head, right? All right. So there she is. There she is. Look at her. Beautiful bride. Look at those two. Now, that's not the official wedding photo. Here, we'll show you the official wedding photo. Here it is. Yes, we'll continue reading. All right, there you go. Look at her. Look at her. That's a beautiful bride. Paris Hilton. Beautiful woman. There you go. I honestly got nothing else on Paris Hilton. I don't know what else. I can't. Stretching now, the last 14 minutes of the show. Clovis says there's nothing fairy tale about that wedding. Well, I don't know, man. How do you define? I don't know what a fairy tale. Adam Reyna says that I can say dwarf. You know what? Maybe, but just shorter person works for me. There you go. Short guy. No, that's probably not right either. Even though they are short. I don't know. Talking about my difficulty in describing the distinctive quality of Peter Dinklage and Warwick Davis. Because you can't call them midgets anymore, and I'm totally fine with that. I am totally fine with that. If a shorter person thinks that's an offense, if just one shorter person says that offends me, hey, man, I don't want to contribute to that. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Fine. I don't need that word in my life. I don't need it in my lexicon. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? You know what we should do? Here's what we should do. I don't know, Pugs. What should we do? Let's do this. Let's see what new is trending since I put the show together in the couple of hours before. Boy, there's Taylor Swift. Boy, she's pretty. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, prettier in my opinion than Paris Hilton. Kim Kardashian, prettier than both of them. But again, Kim and I are friends. Moon Knight. Moon Knight is now trending. I don't know what Moon Knight is. It says here in a massive teaser video for the upcoming MC. Oh, it's another Disney Plus show. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. Let's see. Also, PMS Feel Good Friday. Oh, that's a Pat McAfee thing. I love Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee is a sports guy. He's best known as the tank top wearing punter. He was a punter for the Indianapolis Colts for a whole bunch of years. Very funny guy, like funniest punter ever. You ever want to entertain yourself? Go to YouTube and pull up Pat McAfee highlights from when he was the punter for the Indianapolis Colts. He did funny shit. He was a clown, and he's a very entertaining broadcaster, streamcaster. I guess he does his show. I mean, it's a very popular show. I mean, look, PMS Overreaction Monday always trends. And on Friday, here we are, PMS Feel Good Friday. It's Pat McAfee. He's also become very famous in the last couple of days. I mean, he was famous beforehand, but he's become more well-known in the last couple of weeks because he is the show of choice for Aaron Rodgers. Whenever Aaron Rodgers wants to say something stupid, he goes on Pat McAfee's show. Silk Sonic is now trending. This is a musical collaboration between someone named Anderson .Paak, who I don't know, and Bruno Mars, who I do know. Apparently, this is their new band. Kant, as in Immanuel Kant, the 17th, 18th century philosopher. He's trending. We don't need. What do we got? We got 10 minutes. We ain't going into who Immanuel Kant is, but he's trending. If you're so inclined, you can click on it and you can learn about him. Oh, here we go. Jake Gyllenhaal is suddenly trending. Why is Jake Gyllenhaal trending? Let's see. What did he do? Oh, apparently, okay, see, this is all things that are trending in the wake of Taylor Swift dominating social media today. Jake Gyllenhaal broke Taylor's heart. Okay, is that why we're trending? Is that why Jake Gyllenhaal is trending suddenly? Predator, we covered that. Mark Meadows, former White House chief of staff, is trending. Ain't touching that. Don Lemon, we did that. Route running, that's football stuff. Proud Family, not interested. Johnson & Johnson, Jeezy, Danny Alves. I don't know. All right, guys, that's it. We really got nothing else. I don't know what that. You know what? Why not? Let's see what Google's got going on, since I'm trying to stretch here now that I don't have anybody to casually converse with. Because they left me to go have a fun day at the racetrack and didn't even invite me. And did you notice? We can play that back. Did you notice when I asked him what he was doing, how cagey he was? They don't want me going. That hurts more than anything else. The realization in that moment that they don't want me going to the racetrack with them. And again, I wouldn't have gone. I'd have said, nah, you guys go have fun. But still, I should have been able to be in the position to weigh my options and then tell them no. The View is trending over on Google. These are Google trends. Who cares? Whoopi Goldberg gets surprise message from Khloe Kardashian. Oh, God, that just is not. Agatha Harkness is trending. Marvel Cinematic Universe, don't know what that is. Nintendo, Legend of Zelda is trending. Not going anywhere near that. United States men's national soccer team is trending. I have an ongoing argument with James, who joins us for the nighttime edition, Pillow Talk. He's a soccer guy, and he seems to think that the United States men's national team is not trash. Let's see why they're trending. Okay, let's see why they are trending. What are they playing? United States men's national team versus Mexico. There's I don't know. What happened? Did we win? Did we lose? I'm guessing we lost because we're the United States men's national team and Mexico is not. Johnson & Johnson, SUNY Silk Sonic is trending at Clippers versus the Heat. I don't care about that. We're not going to go into that. Belfast. There's nothing. Okay, we're done. There's a couple of new things if you're looking for something to watch this weekend, even though I did just tell you about, if you have HBO Max or HBO, you could watch Life is Short. That's so good. That is so funny. And that's the thing with Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant and Warwick Davis. It's a very funny show. And nobody knows that show. So you can be the guy. Hey, have you ever heard of this show? Kind of like what I'm doing now. There's also a new movie on Netflix. Did you see this? I want to say it's a new Ryan Reynolds movie for your weekend enjoyment. Let's see what this is. I forgot what it's called. It's The Rock, I want to say. And here we go. What is it? Okay, that's not it. Red Notice. That's what it is. Red Notice. Looks like it stars Ryan Reynolds and The Rock. Brand new on Netflix for this weekend. So don't say there's nothing to watch, unless that sounds stupid to you. And it might, because it doesn't sound all that great to me, honestly. Cam Newton is trending. Did he sign? Did he sign with the Carolina Panthers? His old team? Let's see. I don't know. Is that official or is he still? Cam Newton reunites with the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers just got a bit better after bringing back veteran Cam Newton in a surprise move. One that should have the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints just a little uncomfortable. Oh, man, I don't know. Did you watch Cam Newton last year with Patriots? Cam Newton's got, I hope he can throw. We talked about this last night. I love Cam Newton. Cam Newton is a really, was back in the day, one of the most exciting players that you could possibly be entertained by in the NFL. And then, injuries caught up with him and all that good stuff. Buffalo Wild Wings is trending also on Google. I don't know why. It's not really telling me. Buffalo Wild Wings is offering a tasty Veterans Day deal. Well, it ain't Veterans Day. Why are you trending now? Oh, do you think that I can't do 6 minutes on buffalo wings? I can do 6 minutes on buffalo wings. I sure as hell can. All right, start the clock. Go. Buffalo wings. I once found the original recipe for buffalo wings or buffalo wing sauce online, and I believe that they come from a place in Buffalo called the Anchor Bar. That's the first people who actually, figured out that you can. And they're not wings. Did you know that? Did you know that buffalo wings are not wings? They're like, I don't know. I went out and I got the chicken and I cut it down the way it said in the YouTube video. But then anybody can do that. It's about the sauce, right? That's the sauce. That's what you want. You want the right buffalo sauce. So I tried to make the original Anchor Bar buffalo wing sauce. It's like all vinegar and butter. That's like all it is. Oh my God, I used like a pound of butter and it was terrible. I failed miserably is basically what I'm trying to say here about buffalo wings. I failed miserably trying to make, it was like butter and vinegar. I didn't have the right mixture. It wasn't, it was terrible. And then the wings, I had to cook them in an oven. And the oven that I was using, I don't know, maybe I didn't cook them long enough, but they were gooey inside. Like, you ever had a buffalo wing that wasn't cooked all the way through and the inside chicken is all chewy and gross and then it was all vinegar and butter. Terrible experience in my cooking life. So that was bad. And honestly, if I've got to rate the best buffalo wings I've ever had, do you know what still goes to the top of the list? Hooters. Hooters has some damn good buffalo wings. They really do. The first buffalo wing I ever had in my life was at a Hooters, and maybe that set the bar, and maybe that's exactly why I still enjoy a Hooters buffalo wing. Buffalo Wild Wings, those are very good too. When I go there, I get a little bit more creative. Like, I don't just get the typical buffalo, because, a buffalo sauce is a very specific sauce. Buffalo Wild Wings, it's not all buffalo, right? I know they're called Buffalo Wild Wings, but I like the Cajun. That ain't buffalo. There's no buffalo sauce on that. It's just like Cajun spices, and that's all good. The other thing about buffalo wings, some people use ranch, and I just feel like, oh my God, that is like you're having white trash buffalo wings. It ain't supposed to be ranch. Ranch is wonderful in any number of things. In fact, there was a time in my life where I believed that ranch was really everything that you could eat was really just a vehicle to get to the ranch. Broccoli, celery. Nobody wants to eat broccoli or celery. You want the ranch. That's what you want. So you're just using something so you don't have to dip your fingers in the ranch and eat it like an animal. So you use something that's healthy and then you feel better about yourself. But honestly, nobody cares about the celery. Nobody cares about the broccoli. Nobody cares about the little carrot sticks. It's all about the ranch. So ranch has its place in this world. But when we're talking about buffalo wings, you've really got to be a pro. You really got to go with a blue cheese, and not like a lame blue cheese, not like a blue cheese sauce. What you want is like Maria's. Is it Maria's or is it Marie's? Whatever. That stuff, the little expensive blue cheese that you get in the grocery store, and it's usually over by the produce and not over by the other dressings. You got to get that stuff because that stuff's nice and chunky, and that's the stuff that you want to use for your blue cheese or for your blue cheese dip for your buffalo wings. Anything else? You're just phoning it in. Also, if I go to a restaurant and I get buffalo wings and you charge me extra for carrot sticks and celery, you ain't doing it right. You're really making me angry. That's not the way I go. I need to have, that's all one item, right? Isn't that the experience? The buffalo wing experience is having the buffalo, hot sauce too, by the way. Don't puss out and do some sort of medium or light. My kid, I swear to God, I love him. But every time we go for buffalo wings, he's like, I barely want the sauce. Then you don't want buffalo wings. What you want are wings. Well, but I still dip them in the blue cheese. You're damn right you're dipping them in the blue cheese because in this house, we don't do ranch with buffalo wings. That's a conversation that me and my kid have quite a bit of times whenever we go out for buffalo wings. However, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. If you're going to sell me buffalo wings, and you're not going to include celery and carrot sticks, you're taking advantage of me. I don't like it. You're taking advantage of me. That's not a world that I want to be a part of. It is one whole experience, and that experience includes some nice crispy celery, some nice carrot sticks. Why? Because here's what you do. There's going to be some buffalo sauce there on the plate after you're done with the wings and the bones are all strewn about and nobody knows what the hell's going on there. It looks like a damn war atrocity. What you do is you take the celery, you rub it up in the leftover sauce, and then you dip that into the blue cheese. You put that in your mouth, and man, it's like you don't even miss the chicken. You don't even miss it. And then you can do the same with the carrots, because let's be honest, nobody likes the taste of carrots. Carrots are terrible. Celery too. Celery isn't great either. But again, this brings us back. It's all just a vehicle to get to the dipping sauce. Now, typically that's a ranch thing. But in this scenario where we're talking about buffalo wings, what we're doing there is it's blue cheese. Blue cheese. Blue cheese is sort of, I mean, I understand why some people don't like it. And that's a story for another day because it's 2 fucking o'clock. There you go. I did it. I ranted on buffalo wings for 6 straight minutes. You have no idea how proud I am. Lost a whole bunch of people in the chat room, but that's okay. That's going to happen. Anytime you leave me alone to my own devices, I'm just going to rant about something completely nonsensical. I don't think I had a whole lot more either, though. I was going to, you know where I was going to go to next? I was going to go into the plating of how a buffalo, oh man, look at this. I'm having some troubles. You know what I'm trying to do? Should have done this beforehand. I'm trying to give us a little bit of, da-da-da. God, if I had done it right, I'd have been able to go right into the John Hinckley closing theme. But for some reason, Spotify isn't loading. Is Spotify down? There we go. All right, will this even play? Yeah, it will. All right, finally. Maybe we do that one. No. Yeah, we do this one. Here we go. This is how we go into a weekend. All right, folks. Libby can't have blue cheese because she's allergic to the penicillin. Is that really a thing? All right. God bless Libby and her penicillin blue cheese addiction, or allergy would be the word. I'm going to go in the bedroom and I'm going to cry at how terrible I'm being treated by my friends here at the 1%er compound. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go into their kitchen. I'm going to raid their food. Hey, if they're not there to protect the refrigerator, I'm going to go have myself a lunch that I wouldn't normally have. I think I'm in the right. Ed's got a bunch of these frozen Egg McMuffins that you pop into the microwave. I've been eyeing those. I might have a couple of those. Ed, enjoy the horse races. My roomies here at the 1%er compound went to the horse races on this beautiful Friday afternoon, and they didn't tell me about it. They didn't invite me about it. I'll get over it. Don't worry about me. I mean, I'll be fine. But I ain't talking to them for the rest of the weekend. Hope you can join us on Sunday night, 9 p.m. Central Time for the Pillow Talk edition. We'll see you then. Bye, everybody. Oh, help out with the show. You can support. We're not making our... it's just not working. So there you go. All the links are right there if you can help out in any way. Tip the show. I think that rant was worth a tip. Something. I don't know. You guys are wonderful. You join us. It's not about that. But to be honest, it is about that. Okay. Bye, folks. Have a good one. We love you. See you Sunday at 9 o'clock for the Pillow Talk.